Hello, everyone. Dr. Lee here with your encouraging word. You know, in cities or places like Chicago or New York, or even in Dubai, they have these really tall buildings, we call them skyscrapers, and they rise higher than what seems reasonable or what it just doesn't make sense that they're so tall. And at those heights, what we probably don't realize is that winds at those heights are shifting those buildings. Storms, when they come, they press against the steel. And what we don't notice is that we might look at them and think that those buildings are not being impacted by those forces of wind. But what we don't see is that those buildings are swaying ever so slightly. It doesn't collapse even though the wind is blowing against it or drift. And why is that? Because its foundation, the foundations of those buildings run deep into the ground, anchoring the entire structure to something stable and unmoving. You know, the Bible declares in Hebrews 6:19, it says, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast. And in this passage, the writer of Hebrews is reminding believers that God's promises do not shift with circumstances. His word is certain, his character is consistent, and his commitment to his people is unbreakable. Why is that? Because God cannot lie. And because he cannot lie, his promises anchor us, not loosely, but firmly. You know, in this season, it can highlight, again, we've talked about highlighting some of the areas where we feel unsteady, unanswered questions, unexpected changes. But scripture reminds us that we are not held steady by what is happening around us. We are held steady by the hope that is within us. And I need you to know that this hope is not optimism. It's not pretending everything is fine. This hope, again, is confidence in God, the God whose foundation never cracks. And so you may feel tension today or this month or this season. You may feel a lack of movement, dreams, unanswered prayers have not been realized. But if your hope is anchored in God, you will not fall apart in this season. His promises will hold with shifting emotions. His faithfulness will stand when circumstances change. And so in this season, plant your hope deeply in God, the one who does not move, the one who is unshakable. Let his word stabilize you, his character strengthen you, and his promise, let his promises keep you steady. The winds may blow in your life, but being anchored in God will help us not to break. God bless you today.